the Great New Year Race. And now, attention. A riddle. I am a majestic green dragon living in the clouds above China. Every morning, I do something very special that helps all living things below. I dance with the wind, but I'm not a kite. I bring water to earth, but I'm not rain. I create beautiful shapes in the sky, but I am not a bird. When I breathe, something magical happens. What am I doing? Maybe I'm making morning dewdrops by breathing cool, misty breath onto flowers. What? I'm creating clouds by breathing water vapor into the sky. What? I'm painting rainbows by mixing morning sunlight with water droplets from my scales. Can you guess which one it is? Think about what dragons are famous for in Chinese mythology. You will find out the correct answer at the end of the story. Long ago, in the magical hills of ancient China, there lived a young dragon named Jade, who had a rather unusual problem. He couldn't fly in a straight line. While other dragons soared majestically through the clouds, Jade zigzagged and wobbled, looking more like a piece of ribbon dancing in the wind. Oh dear, Jade would sigh, watching his reflection in the lake. How will I ever lead the New Year parade if I can't even fly properly? You see, in the animal kingdom, it was tradition for the most graceful creature to lead the grand New Year parade. Each year, all the animals would gather to celebrate the coming of spring, and the parade was the highlight of the festivities. Rabbit, who was Jade's best friend, hopped over one morning to find the dragon practicing his flying again. "Jade! You're going to tie yourself in knots," she called out, watching him twist himself into yet another spiral. "I can't help it," Jade moaned, landing with a gentle thump. "Every time I try to fly straight, my tail decides to go left, my head goes right, and my middle, well, who knows where that goes?" Rabbit tapped her foot thoughtfully. "Why don't we ask Wise Tiger for advice? He's been around for many New Year celebrations." Together, they visited Tiger, who was lounging in his favorite bamboo grove. After hearing their problem, Tiger stroked his whiskers and smiled. "Sometimes, young dragon, what we see as our biggest weakness can become our greatest strength. Instead of fighting your natural way of flying, why not embrace it?" Jade looked confused. "But how can wobbling through the air be a strength?" "Well, don't we organize a special New Year game?" Tiger suggested. "We'll call it the Great New Year Race, and every animal can showcase their unique talents." Word spread quickly through the animal kingdom. Soon, all the creatures were practicing their special skills. Monkey practiced his acrobatics. Horse worked on his galloping. Snake perfected her slithering. And Rooster rehearsed his morning crow. On New Year's Eve, all the animals gathered in the great meadow. Pig had decorated the trees with red lanterns, and Ox had helped set up colorful banners. Even the usually shy rat came out to join the festivities. "Welcome to the first ever Great New Year Race," Tiger announced. "Each of you will demonstrate your unique talent, and together we'll create the most memorable New Year celebration ever." The competition began. Horse galloped magnificently. but got distracted by a patch of fresh grass. Snake slithered elegantly, but got tangled up in her own coils. Monkey's acrobatics were impressive, until he accidentally swung into a tree. Rooster's crow was beautiful, but scared himself so much that he hid under a bush. Finally, it was Jade's turn. Taking a deep breath, he spread his wings and took to the sky. As usual, he wobbled and zigzagged, but this time something magical happened. The red lanterns caught the light of his scales, creating a dazzling display of colors that danced through the air. His twisting path painted beautiful patterns in the sky, like a magical ribbon of light. All the animals stopped to watch in amazement. Even the moon seemed to pause in its journey across the sky to admire the spectacle. When Jade finally landed, there was a moment of silence before everyone burst into cheers. Dog started howling with joy, Goat did a happy little dance, and even the serious dragon elders nodded in approval. "That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," exclaimed Rabbit, hopping up and down with excitement. Tiger stepped forward, his eyes twinkling. "I think we've found our perfect New Year parade leader. Jade, your unique way of flying has created something more spectacular than any of us could have imagined." From that day forward, Jade led every New Year parade, and his wonderful wobbling flight became famous throughout the land. The way he danced through the sky reminded everyone that what makes us different can also make us special. As for the other animals, they too found their places in the parade. Horse provided the rhythm with his galloping. Snake's curves inspired the dance movements. Monkey's acrobatics added excitement, and Rooster's crow announced the parade's arrival. Even Shy Rat found his courage and joined in, scampering between the bigger animals with newfound confidence. Every year, when people see a dragon dancing in a New Year parade, weaving and wobbling through the streets, they smile and remember the story of Jade, the dragon who turned his biggest worry into his greatest gift. And that's why, to this day, dragon dances at Chinese New Year celebrations don't go in straight liners. They twist and turn and wobble, just like Jade did, spreading joy and teaching us all that being different is something to celebrate. The end. Moral: what makes you different can be what makes you special. Instead of trying to change yourself to fit in, find ways to let your unique qualities shine. And now the correct answer to the riddle. The correct answer is creating clouds by breathing water vapor into the sky. Fun fact: in Chinese mythology, dragons are believed to be the masters of weather and water. They were thought to create clouds and bring rain to help farmers grow their crops. That's why Chinese people traditionally performed dragon dances during droughts to pray for rain. Hope you enjoyed it.